Imagine you walking into a room. Every billionaire wanted you to invest in you. Every magazine called you a genius. Politicians admire you. The media compares you to Steve Jobs. By the age of 30, you're worth over $4 billion. You own a company valued at $9 billion. You promise to revolutionize medicine forever. But there is one problem. Almost everything is lie. This is the unbelievable rise and devastating collapse of Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes was born in Washington in 1984. From a young age, she wasn't interested in becoming famous. She wanted to become one of the greatest entrepreneurs in history. Her family believed she was gifted. Friends described her as quiet, determined, and unbelievably ambitious. She admired one person more than everyone else, Steve Jobs. She copied his style, the black turtleneck, the minimalist presentation, even the way he spoke. In 2003, Elizabeth Holmes made the biggest decision of her life. She dropped out of Stanford. She was only 19 years old. Most people saw it as a huge risk, but investors saw something else. They saw confidence, they saw ambition, and they saw someone who remembered them of Steve Jobs. Holmes founded a company called Theranos. Its mission sounded almost magical. A tiny drop of blood, hundreds of medical tests. Results in just minutes. If it worked, it would change healthcare forever. Investors couldn't resist on vision. Millions quickly turned into hundreds of millions. Former government officials, military leaders, influential business executives all joined the company's board. Yet almost none of them had expertise in medical technology. They believed in Elizabeth Holmes, and that belief became incredibly valuable. By 2014, Theranos was valued at $9 billion. Elizabeth Holmes owned about half of the company. One paper, she was worth more than $4 billion. Forbes called her world's youngest self-made female billionaire. She appeared on magazine covers. She gave interviews. She stood on stage, promising to transform medicine forever. But behind the cameras, inside the Theranos laboratories, something wasn't right. The company's famous blood testing machine, called Edison, couldn't reliably perform the hundreds of tests that had been promised. Employees who questioned the technology often left or were pushed out. The company's become known for its instant secrecy. Investors rarely saw the technology working under normal conditions. And while public believed that Theranos was testing blood with own machines, many samples were reportedly being tested using traditional laboratory equipment instead. The dream was beginning to crack. In 2015, one journalist decided to look deeper. His name was John Carreiro. He worked for Wall Street Journal. While everyone else was celebrating Theranos, he was asking difficult questions. He spoke with former employees. He examined internal information. And the story he uncovered shocked the world. In October 2050, the Wall Street Journal published its investigation. It alleged that Theranos technology was not performing as the company had claimed. Overnight, the image of world's most promising startup began to collapse. After the Wall Street Journal published its investigation, everything began to fall apart. Regulators launched investigations. Partners start walking away. Investors demand answers. The patient began questioning whether they could trust the company's blood test results. Theranos had one promise to change medicine forever. Now it was fighting for survival. In 2016, US health regulators found serious problems with the company's laboratory operations. The company's reputation continued to crumble. Employees left, partnerships ended. The dream that had imprisoned so many people was disappearing before everyone's eyes. In 2018, Theranos officially dissolved. The company that had once been worth $9 billion was gone. But the story wasn't over. Elizabeth Holmes was charged with fraud. Prosecutor argued that investors and patients had been misled about what the company's technology could actually do. After a long and closely watched trial, she was convicted on multiple fraud-related charges. She was later sentenced to more than 11 years in federal prison. The woman, once celebrated as the future of Silicon Valley, had been one of its biggest cautionary tales. Theranos didn't collapse because the dream was too ambitious. Great ideas often begin with impossible dreams. It collapsed because extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Vision can inspire people. Confidence can attractive investor, but trust must be earned. In the end, billions of dollars disappear. Careers was destroyed, and one of the most celebrated startups in history become one of the most infamous. Every collapse tells a story. This was money collapse. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe for more true stories behind the world's biggest financial rise and falls. See you in the next collapse.